for Kids Foundation. How are you today? And we are, again, if this is Saturday, we are with Judy Machado in Albania, but actually traveling the world without fear. This is the reality check on the planet. Good Saturday, good day. How are you, Judy?
I'm doing so great. Thank you once again. I can't believe it's Saturday again, right?
Again, exactly.
Here we are again, coming together. I'm so grateful for you and for all of your work in helping people to connect to the heart and to have some critical thinking. And I'm just so grateful to be here to share what's going on here in this world. I'm actually, it's a little bit loud, I know, because I'm actually in a little like a coffee shop, and I don't know if you can see, but we have people who are going to come in and say hello in a minute. And I also, there's Kelly, and she's got this puppy, this little puppy, which we're going to talk about too.
Look at that.
Yeah. Share that, exactly that, you know, traveling without fear. You know, most people have been saying to me that, you know, wow, you have so much courage. You know, you must have so much courage coming out there. And over here, I don't feel like I need courage. Like there is nothing to need courage for. It's just, it's beautiful. It almost seems like normal, like before COVID, which is so great.
Exactly. And, you know, as you very well said, it's true. You know, time flies. It's, you know, we go from Saturday to Saturday. And, you know, during the week, typically Judy and I, we are continuously in touch. We support each other on social media. We saw our posts, and lots of things have happened this week. But, you know, we keep on being positive, as you said very well. Yes. Yeah, we are here basically to show you that, you know, first, number one, we're doing a reality check on the planet. Number two, we're showing you that it's possible to travel without fear these days. And Judy is a great example of that. But there are literally hundreds of thousands of people that they're doing the same thing or similar things in the world right now. There's a lot of people who are traveling regardless. Yeah. And I have personally many friends who are traveling. And, you know, we are preparing actually incredible people to join us in upcoming shows that we cannot still disclose, but you will see it soon. Actually, as you know, Judy Machado lives in her goddess temple. So there's a priestess probably joining us next week. So you will see that. I cannot disclose more, but anyway, you know, and I wanted to say this is a place, you know, to build bridges. Okay, so we believe that, you know, there's a lot of bridges that have been burned for the last 12 months, maybe even more months now. It's right now, this is being aired and recorded in March of 2021. And we are here to tell you that, you know, develop your own thinking. Don't take anything by its face value. Do your research, you know, and also look inside yourself to see how things feel, how the things that are being told to you around you, if they really feel well or not feel well. And come to your own conclusion. Okay, so don't leave anything don't give away your power. Stay with your power and do as much as you can with your power. And it's funny how, you know, Judy every single week, I don't know how she does it, but she's able to find, you know, some Americans somewhere where she is. So it's amazing her ability to see Americans everywhere. Yeah. And actually, I think that Judy has a new friend in her family, in her nomad family. Can you show that to us?
Hi. Yes. Look at this little guy.
Yeah.
And Kelly we just met just now. Yeah.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Good. How are you today?
Welcome to Expansion Network. Who's that friend of ours?
He doesn't have a name yet. I'm nervous about naming him because that means he's officially mine. So, right. So we found, I bumped into some people yesterday who found this little dog abandoned on the street here. So cute. And he was shaking and sad and tired. And he just started walking around with him to see if somebody would take him. And I saw him in the beginning of the day. And I said, well, if you don't find anybody by the end of the day, let me know. I can, you know, keep him for a few days and until we continue to see if somebody will take him. So I did. I took him last night and I got no sleep.
Okay, fair enough.
But he's so cute. Look at him. Let's get him even closer.
He's just stinking like a cartoon puppy.
He's
so absolutely.
Oh my God. And Kelly, I just met today.
Yeah.
I don't even really know Kelly's story.
Right.
So I'm excited to hear it. So how did you end up
hear my story?
Yeah.
Exactly. So Kelly, go ahead. So it's a pleasure to have you here. So please feel us in home, okay?
Okay, thanks, Angel.
Absolutely.
So I have been working as a digital nomad for about 3.5 years, teaching English online. And my roommate and I were traveling around, and we discovered Albania because we couldn't afford to live in Croatia. And so we just kept going down the coast, and we thought, well, let's try Albania. It's much more affordable. So we came here, and we were living in Vlora for a while, and we rented a car and drove down the coast of the Albanian Riviera, which is one of the most beautiful drives I've ever taken in my life. We found Saranda, and we fell in love with it here because it's right on the sea, and it's gorgeous, gorgeous town. And then we ended up buying an apartment here almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You and your friend.
Yeah. We went 50-50 on an apartment, and we have a view of the sea and Corfu Grace from our balcony, and we could never have afforded that in Seattle. We were from Seattle, so we're like, there's no way we could ever afford to be, you know, looking out over the sea with a gorgeous, you know, apartment.
And now you live in the Mediterranean in this beautiful beach town with this lifestyle.
Exactly.
So
That's beautiful. So you said you teach English. So where are your students? Where in the world are your students located?
Well, it's kind of funny because they're actually located in South Korea and China.
Look at that. Okay, fair enough. How did you find them, Kelly?
Well, I work for 2 different companies, but the great thing about living in Europe and teaching there in, you know, Asia is the time difference. So I work from 11 a.m. to like 3 p.m. and it's evening over there. And so it's when they're getting home from work or off of school, because I teach kids and adults. So the timing for me is ideal because I'm not a morning person, but I get to work like 11 to 3 and that pays my bills.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations. Yeah, it's very, you know, it's funny how, you know, I always say that we tend to put our entire lives in kinds of different boxes to try to find ourselves like safe, you know, like put some boundaries around us. And when we live, let's say in Seattle, I am in Dallas right now, you know, Judy very often is in Canada, in Toronto, right? And we tend to think that our world is you know, this you know, it's our grocery stores, it's our neighborhoods, our communities. But as soon as we start traveling the world, and you know, I myself for many years, I mean, and I've conducted business in more than 33 countries. You know, you then start expanding, and you realize that the world is something completely different. That there's people everywhere, that people with different cultures, different expectations, different ways of seeing the world. And, you know, they're as valid as ours, right? They're as good as ours. And that makes us, you know, we have to make an effort to adapt to the places where we go, because we are very respectful, right? I mean, obviously I know Judy, and I'm sure that you do the same thing. Every time that you go to a new country, you really respect that country's, you know, cultures and festivities and how people behave and everything, and that definitely, you know, makes you a better person. Would you resonate with that?
Absolutely. Gosh, you just said a mouthful right there. But yeah, I think learning about different cultures is like the only way that as a world we can ever, you know, come together and get along. But communication is clearly like the number one thing. And it's like when you go to a new country, you know, you have to learn how the culture works there and communicate with those people and try not to be, you know, try to be observant and caring about their way of life and not infringe your values and your lifestyle upon the people
exactly
that you're visiting, you know. But Albania is it's a bit of a tough one. They're trying to get into the EU and they have a lot of work to do to get there. And some of those things are, you know, more Western type of values. You know, animal care is a big one. Actually, there's a lot of street dogs and street cats here that, you know, the local people don't, you know,
it's not really
see.
part.
I mean,
part of the culture.
Right. It hasn't been part of the culture. And so that kind of situation needs to get under control before they can join the EU and things like that. So it's like, has to be, I guess, a fine balance in respecting the culture of the place that you live in, but also sometimes introducing some positive, changes. Like littering is another big one here. People here litter. And we're right on this beautiful sea, and it's just enraging when you see someone throw trash like right by the sea. And
right,
like,
right.
Why would you do that? You know, so it's like this, you know, fine balance, but The people here are so beautiful and lovely and wonderful. It's just,
yeah, and the food is delicious, isn't it?
So good.
Yeah, we've seen many examples. Every week, Judy, I have to tell you, Kelly, every week Judy shows us some delicacy, you know, some people enjoying. I mean, just the other day, I'm from Spain, so imagine she was showing me how a few of her friends were having a paella right there on the sea, which is like, you know, it's like the most amazing, exactly. Yeah. The most amazing thing you can do anywhere in the world is it's like to be on the seaside eating a paella. So anyway, so yeah, so I appreciate your comments, because it's always nice to have, you know, it's always nice to have the perspective of someone else that has been, you know, going through the world and having this digital life. It's true that there's many digital jobs that actually you can get today that can help you pay your bills, and still you can have a nice, you know, a nice life, and you can still enjoy, you know, places like Albania right now where you guys are. And that gives me the opportunity, Judy, to talk about something that unfortunately happened this week, which is not, you know, we are pretty upbeat, both Judy and myself. We are very upbeat people, but unfortunately something sad happened this week. And maybe you visited the country personally, so maybe we can share that with the audience.
Yeah, so for those of you who maybe don't know, I've been traveling. This is the fourth country since beginning of January. The first one was Tanzania in Africa, and I spent 3 beautiful weeks there. Got to enjoy the culture, the people, the land, the weather, and mostly what affected me mostly was the president and his stand on just really health. He really was asking lots of questions and wasn't getting answers, and really was saying to people, let's all pray, let's wash our hands, let's all, you know, let's really do what we can here. And so he's been holding strong to that. He also sent in the very beginning, because he was getting so many positive results with the PCR test, and he wasn't understanding where people didn't have symptoms. And so he sent himself a goat sample and a papaya sample, and both came back from the WHO, from the WHO, positive. And that's when he was like, he just did a huge announcement to the nation saying, you know what, something's up. I don't know what it is. Let's just do our own thing. I promise you, I will protect you from here. And he's been holding that message up until like strong, so much pressure from the other countries and the WHO to do those PCR tests and to do all that stuff. And he has held strong. And then he died of a heart attack just 3 days ago. And what's crazy is the vice president died exactly.
You're kidding.
A month ago on the 17th, the same day.
Wow.
Yeah. So like very strange. And just very sad. The whole country. I have a friend who I met in one of the hotels, who's the head of concierge out there, and his mom works with the president out there in Tanzania. So all this time, you know, I kept getting messages because all my friends know I was in Tanzania and sharing this story. And then when there was some rumor that he had COVID 2 weeks ago, like the media started this rumor. It's almost like they knew. They started this rumor that, oh, he's missing in action. We think he's in Kenya. We haven't seen him for 2 weeks. We think he has COVID. I texted my friend saying, is this true? Because all my friends are like wondering what's happening. Apparently he's missing. He's like, are you kidding me? He sent me pictures of him at fish fries, like dinners. He's like, that he will not leave the country. Like he believes that this is the safest country to be in, because he's just like, we're taking care of our own. And then he died. So, you know, when I was just gonna say no one knows, but some people know what happened, I think. But it's really sad. And now the question is, what's going to happen, right? He has a female vice president now, so I don't know what her stand is on and what she's going to do. But oh man, I really do hope that, like, what a legacy. I actually did a YouTube video earlier this week, just a beautiful tribute to him with some cacao. Just again, he was all about going within. He believed in God and praying, whatever everyone believes in, but going within, I believe in, whether it's meditating or whatever. It's so important, because that's where we connect to, you know,
Absolutely.
the love, who we really are, and what's really sort of happening. And we know, right, Angel? We know that what's going on right now is a reflection of really everybody shifting, the rise in consciousness, the rise in Earth going from 3D to 5D. Anything that's not, you know, that's coming from a place of not for the greater good is literally surfacing. That's why we see so much
so much that's unethical, so much that's happening in the world that's really just so obvious to us. It's literally has nowhere to go but to surface, so that we can just all see it, and it can just, you know, we can just decide how are we all going to build something new out of this. And that's part of collaborating, right? Coming together and figuring out how we can just collaborate, support each other, work together, and not be in competition.
Exactly.
Right? Figure out how we can win, like work together and be like, okay, you and I are going to get equal, the same amazing, right? Versus I'm going to like get more than you.
Yeah.
Because you and I are sisters, you and I are brothers. Like we really are. And when we treat each other that way, like that's when we can really enjoy peace.
Exactly. And every week every week we are in this conversation with someone else, and it's funny how without telling you anything, Kelly, you just came up with the same idea, which is, we're just part of the same thing here. We are all part of the same thing. We are here to help each other. That's it. For us travelers, how many people have you found, Judy or Kelly, that have helped you for, no questions asked? How many? Hundreds. Exactly. And they just have helped you because you were genuine, you were yourself, you were not pretending to be anybody else, and you just needed help, and that's it. We are all good people, and we like to help, and we like, exactly. So, and again, as I always say, we are just here, bringing another perspective to the world, just because we are blessed enough to be in different positions. We both, have been or have lived or still live in North America, and it's just one part of the world, and there's a whole bunch of other countries and millions of people everywhere that are living a peaceful life, and they have they all want the same, which is having a peaceful life and living in peace with everybody. That's it, nothing else. Exactly. So that's why again, develop your own critical thinking and try to figure out what is really happening in the world. And it's not looking for a good or for a bad. It is what it is. It is what it is. Be mindful of the things happening around you, and that's it. Again, we're not here to judge anybody. I think we're just here to give another point of view, and we are really in this world. We are here to help each other and to be building bridges as much as we can. And I started actually a campaign yesterday or 2 days ago. I changed my profile. I put the Tanzania flag everywhere on my social media outlets. Actually, I found that actually Facebook allows you to change it allows you to add a frame onto your profile picture, and I added the Tanzania flag. I also started a hashtag called I am Magufuli. Magufuli is the name of the president of Tanzania that died, unfortunately. And maybe it's just an idea, okay? Don't feel pressed, but maybe your doggy has to be called Magufuli. Maybe, I don't know.
There you go.
Who knows? Actually, and for it's funny, but obviously the dog was born many weeks ago, right? Or many days ago. But I will always remember how before my first biological kid was born, only a few weeks before my grandmother Sophia died, and I thought, oh my God, that's a sign, this beautiful soul is maybe going to reincarnate on someone else, it's just a thought. It's obviously there's a lot of people that believe in reincarnation. I believe in reincarnation, and anything that brings you joy and anything that brings you a good memory of a good person. And my grandma in Spain, she was a lovable, Sophia, and I love her dearly, and she was cooking for me every time I was going to visit her, and she was this amazing lady. And also just the name Sophia, I love the name Sophia for what it means, so it's amazing. So anyway, when I saw the dog on your social media post this week, Judy, obviously I think everybody's falling in love with it, right? Life is too short to keep quiet, don't you think, Judy?
Yeah, so true.
Anyway, exactly. So Judy, as always, it's been a pleasure to have you. Thank you very much for being with us today here at Expansion Network, and to do this.
Everybody's watching.
Absolutely, everybody's watching. Thank you for being with us today. It's been a pleasure. Again, I think we'll have someone very, 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 very special next week. Be ready for that. It's going to be at the same time. It's going to be at 8 a.m. is good. So this time is good. It's going to be 2 p.m. Central Europe, while Europe doesn't change their time zone or the daylight savings Before that happens, we'll keep on having the same. It's going to be 8 a.m. Central Time in the US, 2 p.m. Central Europe. And again, Judy, it's been a pleasure to have you today. Take care. All the best for your cacao ceremony in a few minutes' time. All right. We'll let you go. Thank you very much. And for everybody watching us, thank you again for being with Expansion Network today. This is again Angel Ribo, the CEO Confident here in the US. Thank you for being with us today. I'm sure that you have enjoyed our conversation as much as we have. And we hope to see you soon in our next show. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Bye-bye.